Hello, hello. Hope you're doing fine on the start of this weekend. Today I felt like I should have shaved, and now I look a few years younger actually because of that. Speaking of shaving, let's take a look at my time. As you can see, it is a 9:09, and that is a 30-second shave off of yesterday's time, and that's really impressive considering that this is only the third day I've been at this. But I'm going to take it a bit easy for the next 1 or 2 days so that by the end of the week I can maybe set a PR below 9 minutes in the mile. But today I remember feeling pretty hungry and only really having like a granola bar to eat. And that literally gave me food for thought because I basically just was remembering things that I kind of ate growing up. And starting off, I'd like to say that I was part of the welfare program, where I basically was provided free lunch from the school cafeteria from the beginning of my grade school days to the end of my high school days. And I gotta say this about school cafeteria food, it's edible enough, honestly. I couldn't really ask for anything else besides like edible food from anything that I'd like to eat. And also, it was safe enough where I rarely, if at all, developed like food poisoning. So, grateful for that. It's also quite nostalgic to kind of just like see those foods in my fridge because during this shelter in place, actually, the school district is kind of just providing food for current students in the school district. And my parents do take that food quite often. Anyways, at home though, I rarely, if at all, felt like that I never had enough on my plate. So basically, like, I was pretty well nourished for dinner time at least. Almost to the point where, like, some days I definitely got bloated and ended up throwing up my food because I felt like that there was just way too much in my plate. But now, grown up and definitely spending more time exercising, I not only was able to stomach more food, but also because there was just so much different food like being served every day besides like a huge bowl of rice, I was able to kind of just tolerate almost any kind of food on my plates. The only exceptions would probably be some where I had like a pretty bad incident with it, particularly ones where I ended up like throwing up. These would probably be like watermelon, a bit of a minor one, taco pockets from school, and the big one would probably be cup noodles. I remember in college that basically cup noodles are like the staple food for any student dorming. But I actually ended up throwing up, developing gastritis, and because I was impatient in letting my body recover, I ended up going to the ER twice. Yeah, I'm not eating cup noodles ever again. But foods I remember eating more recently were foods that I ate out at like different restaurants because there was just so many different cuisines out there, especially like Asian cuisines in places that I grew up, such as dim sum, Korean barbecue, sushi, and there's just so many other things that are so good. But Vietnamese food always holds a special place in my heart because I basically grew up with it, especially bún bò Huế. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but hopefully I didn't disgrace the Vietnamese language. But when I was at university, while there were definitely quite a few dining halls because the campus here was really big, so like walking the classes definitely took like a while. So if you want to go back to where you lived at on campus, you might not be able to see your own dining hall close to where you live until you walk that 10 minutes. So it was nice having those dining halls in those regions. But definitely I was more open to eating like food from like the many restaurants that serve Mexican food basically. While I definitely ate a lot of carne asada fries down there because hey, I need to satiate my appetite somehow. The tacos were definitely pretty bomb as well actually. And if I do go back down for school for the upcoming year, I'd like to eat out at some more Mexican restaurants or something. Anyways, I'd say that's probably all I gotta say. Hopefully I give you some food for thought today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.